First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Chicago Bears. Here's Richie James on the return. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
At their own 14-yard line.
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Here's the first carry for Austin Ekeler. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 at the 20-yard line.
Here we go.
Here's Ekeler. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. And Robinson with a big catch. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
A gain of 5.
Call it a gain of 5 as they move the sticks.
Here we go.
Going on the ground with Ekeler. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo. He dumps it to Ekeler underneath. It'll be a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bears take over. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have him set up with a first and goal right at about the 6-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's first and goal. To throw is Garoppolo. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be second and goal.
At the Bears' 7-yard line.
Now from the 7, here's second and goal. On the ground, it's Eckler. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Eckler, the ball carrier.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. There's a Darius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Their own 19-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. They run with Hines. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now it's Hines. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
The ball carrier.
Tavon Young in on the tackle.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
On second down, it's Hines. And a nice run. They're going to take this close to the first down marker at the Bucs 35. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. This is Hines. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
A loss of 4 brings up second and 14 at the 40-yard line.
3-0 after one on EA Sports.
Buccaneers 3, Bears 0.
On second down now, it's Hines. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. That's complete to the running back, Nyheim Hines. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
7-yard attempt.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will tie us at 3-3. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive, capture the field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. On second down, Eckler. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. The Bucs on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Hines. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath, nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Now back to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the 1st down. A short gain there of just 4. That'll bring up a 4th down. It's a 47-yard field goal try from here, but instead they're going to opt to go for it on 4th down. Back to throw. A short throw. This is caught by Cox. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The quick throw complete into the flat out left. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. On second down, it's Hines, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 1 yard is the loss. They back up even further to a 3rd and 15.
It's now 3rd and 15.
Third and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Open man is Duvernay. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down right around the 18-yard line. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. They'll run for it with Hines. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. They started on the ground with Eckler, and he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Hunter on the stop. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 18-yard line.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Grover Stewart with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. That's taken on the 25. Pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
7-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. On 2nd down now, it's Hines. And the Buccaneer defense for the 2nd straight play, flexing its muscle by forcing a loss. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down.
51, Mike 51. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Williams is going to have the 1st down and a little more. And he will have the Bears' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one.
At the 31-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Rolling to his left. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
12-yard line.
A play action fake. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact. But in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 1-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, the combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the 3rd quarter. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
On first down, Hines. And this will be a Bears first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line. He finds his way into the secondary again on this drive. They might want to try getting him down a little closer to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, what do they call that? Third level run. First level being the D-line, and linebacker second level, and the secondary the third. When you block it up well and you make the secondary do all the tackling, that will wear on a defense.
The ball carrier.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A gain of a
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Brings up
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Sliding out, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Running on 1st down, Eckler. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Zadarius Smith able to get him down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
3rd down.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Now Garoppolo lost the football, and this is picked up by the Bears. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he finds a man on the crossing route. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
On 2nd down, it's Hines, and down inside the 15 he goes. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
The tackle made.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
brings up...
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Naeem Hines with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
And it is up.
It is good.
And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now.
Buccaneers 3. Greg Zuerlein set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Now James returning. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
At their own 37-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory. No, bottled up fumble. It's out. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Recovered by the Bears.
That's the reason we ball for them. Circle around twice for the encore. You know.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. Touchdown, Chicago. Naeem Hines with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Bears capitalize on the fumble and turn it into 6. Zuerlein now for the PAT. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3.
The score, Bears 17. Buccaneers 3. Zuerlein set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Garoppolo. Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted.
Don't worry about it, baby. I ain't worried
Picked
about
up
it.
by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Now Zuerlein on to add the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points.
Makes the score Bears 24, Buccaneers 3. Greg Zuerlein set to kick off.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Buccaneer first down.
Here we go. Check 53. Here we go.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Not much there, only a yard. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9.
The 38-yard line.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Eluding the pressure right. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Danielle Hunter, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Throwing on 2nd and long. Garoppolo. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And that will be incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. And they intercept Garoppolo for the 3rd time. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100-1. And it's not looking good for him here.
And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Derek Wolf there.
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They run again with Hines. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? They'll set up to throw. And it is incomplete. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10 at their own 37. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Travis Kelce, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. That's into the hands of Eckler. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Garoppolo now. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one goes for 30 yards.
At the 21-yard line.
And to give this time to the tailback. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Brought down at the 18-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
Ball carrier.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And 5.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now a toss play. It's Hines. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed Allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And Zuerlein's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Greg Zuerlein set to kick off.
After the made field goal, Zuerlein back out there now to send this one away. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. That catch good for only a couple.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 27.
One final try now for Garoppolo. Flushed out right. He's going to let it, and that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 26. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better, and that got it done in this one.
So for the Bears, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Green Bay Packers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.